episode, we're changing out this crusty old alternator. Okay, so today we are going to change out the alternator on our Rabbit Convertible. Having a little bit of charging problems. It's a little bit crusty and the belt has been slipping a bit. We've tried tightening the belt and I'm worried that maybe it's the bearing in the alternator that's maybe getting a little worn as well. Maybe not running as smooth as it should. So we are going to change it. We attempted this a while back. I ordered an alternator, but the wrong one came in for what we need anyways. I think it's the right one for the car, but the alternator has been changed out at some point and the connectors changed to a later style. So I will take you over to show you the two alternators, the two new alternators, the one that we ordered that was incorrect and the one that we have now ordered that is correct, and I'll just show you the differences. Okay, so when we originally ordered the replacement alternator for a 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit Convertible, this is what we got. And according to the Bentley manual, this is the correct alternator and the correct connectors here. You can see they're sort of a plug style. However, I guess somewhere along the line on our car, the alternator was changed to a more modern one. So what we ended up getting is one for a 1986 Volkswagen Rabbit. You can see it uses just kind of like D-loop style connectors that just basically it's just the wire connecting to the spots here, and that is correct what the current alternator that's in the car is. This alternator is also set up for a car with air conditioning, which this doesn't have, but I am hoping that that shouldn't be an issue. I think it just has one extra spot to connect the air conditioning pump to as well. So anyways, we will take a look inside the car and then we'll get to work. All right, the first thing we are going to do is just disconnect the negative cable from the battery, because there is constant power running to the alternator, and if you don't have the battery disconnected, if any of those positive wires touch any ground, they will cause problems and can actually even damage the new alternator going in. So first thing we're going to do is just get this disconnected. So to remove the alternator, basically we have to remove this bolt right here, and then we have another lower bolt which is down here, but to access it we are going to have to remove the upper belt cover. So there's just two nuts right here. We've removed those, and then this should just pop off here like that, and just move it. We've got the belt cover off, and now we've got access to this lower bolt. It looks like it is a Allen bolt, so we will get the proper tools and we will loosen these off and we can remove the belt. Alright, so with both of these bolts loose, we should be able to just pull the alternator in as far as it'll go. Still fairly tight. I'm probably going to have to loosen this bolt a bit too, so that this adjuster will move a bit, because it's not allowing it to go all the way in right there to get this belt loose enough to get off. So we'll loosen this one a bit and then we'll carry on. Okay, so I made a slight mistake there when I was reading the manual. It said push the alternator into the towards the engine, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Basically, it slides away from the engine and it creates slack on this belt. So we've now got the belt off, and we will just leave it hanging here on the pulley and on the water pump down below. We're gonna quickly undo these two connections here, and then we'll remove the remaining bolts and we should be able to pop this alternator right out. Okay, so as you can see, the new alternator does not come with the pulley and this little fan assembly, so we are going to remove it. We have applied some liquid wrench to the nut there. You can see, hopefully you can see, there's a nut, and there is a place for like an Allen wrench to go in there to hold it, to keep it from spinning, but we don't have the proper wrench that would allow us to put that in and do that. So we'll try it first just by kind of holding this with the socket wrench. If this does not work, I do have an impact wrench that we can try. Putting it back together is going to be no problem. It's just getting this nut off. So we will give it a whirl in a real time here and see. I don't want to damage this. We could put something down in here maybe just to keep this from spinning. Let's give this a try. Well, let's getting that turned the wrong way here. With the way that the fan is set up, I don't think that's really gonna work. Let me grab a screwdriver and just see if it'll work. Yeah, I don't want to damage the fan, so I think we are going to move on to plan B, which is the impact wrench. So I'll grab that and then we'll give that a try. Okay, that worked no problem. I was a little concerned I wasn't going to be able to hold this, but yeah, it just slipped right off. So hopefully, if you've got an impact wrench, that's the way to do it. So this should just slide off here. We'll kind of keep this in the order so we can put it back together. Okay, so there is a little slot here for a little D-chuck to hold this all together from spinning, but there was not one on the old one. So I'm going to try to assemble this and see if we can get it to tighten up. There's a lock washer on here, and maybe it's just from the pressure pushing down that's going to keep this from spinning. So we'll give that a try, see if it's going to work, and otherwise we may have to run to the parts store to pick up a little chuck for that, but we'll give it a try. So okay, yeah, so that tightened up okay, and it doesn't seem to be spinning on there at all. We'll give that a try. Leave your opinion in the comments. I'm probably gonna be told we should have put that little D-chuck in there, but I don't know. We'll see. We can always pull it off and replace it if we have to. So anyways, this is all back together now, so we'll take it back over to the car and get it installed. Okay, so this is the old belt. We were getting a bit of slipping. I thought maybe the bearing was going and it was binding a bit, as well as we're having a little bit of inconsistent charging. So while we're doing this, we're just going to swap out a new belt. This one's probably okay, but since we've got it all apart anyways, we're just going to put this new belt on. So we'll get the new belt on, we'll tighten this up, and we'll see how it works. So. Okay, according to the Bentley manual, we want to tighten both this lower and upper bolt to 15 foot-pounds. for an unair conditioned car, which is what this is. So I am going to go ahead and do that. You want this basically to have just enough movement. They say about 10 millimeters right here, 10 to 15 millimeters for, actually 5 to 10 millimeters I think for non-air conditioned car, and 10 to 15 millimeters for an air conditioned car. So we're going to shoot for around 10 millimeters. That way we're kind of in the middle of the two, which is what we've got here. I'm just gonna try to keep that as tight as I can while I torque this up. So let's give this a whirl here. There we go, click. So we will do the same with this one and start it up and give it a whirl. Okay, so yeah, we've got charging happening, so we will get the upper belt cover back installed and wrap this video up. Okay, so the alternator's in, everything's charging. Pretty happy with that. So I'm going to call that another successful project on the 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit. It's winter here now, pretty much. It's raining, it's cold. We may have some more winter projects coming up. So as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on Analog Generation.